which wearable should I get? So I'll start with what I tell them.
Sure.
I only know based off of the Whoop and the Apple Watch from experience. I also know that I did not choose the Oura Ring because I didn't want to wear a ring. I just don't really like jewelry. So I wanted to keep my fingers clean.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're clean. But I chose the Whoop over the Apple Watch because the Apple Watch has way too many distractions. Notifications, a clock, which actually I would like the clock, but
Texts.
text. It's just a million different things, right? Like I'm not wearing a watch to listen to music on. Like, get out of here. This is no distractions. It's just a device and it pulls my metrics. That's all I want. That's all I need. And it comes with a great app. The metrics it gives me though, the recovery score for the Whoop, hold on, let me say this. For the Whoop, they are focused on how ready you are to, like how recovered you are to take on the day to be active. Or what?
Well, it's kind of, but it was created for athletes to know if they should go hard in their training or take a rest day.
Okay, so the Whoop is more athlete-centric.
Yes.
The Oura Ring is more general for anybody, and it tells you based off of your sleep and your heart and your stress metrics how ready you are to take on the day. It's a sleek little ring. It looks good. It doesn't, you're not wearing this or an Apple Watch like to be ugly on your wrist. So that's for the Oura people. The Whoop people who are living more active lifestyles, more sporty lifestyles. Like
if you want to train and lift weights and like
don't wear the ring.
Do dumbbell curls or deadlifts or anything like that, having a ring really sucks.
Yeah.
And that's why I see a lot of people in the gym with Whoops or Apple Watches because it's around your wrist and it's not bothering you. So if you're an athlete and you like to lift weights and you don't like rings, go with the Whoop because it's fantastic. I would say because my wife has an Oura and a Whoop, well, and the 8 Sleep mattress, but you can't train with a mattress. Well, you can kind of.
You can.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They both offer amazing insights and amazing metrics. Like they're fantastic companies. You can't go wrong with either one. But if you like rings, like Eula does a lot of yoga, a lot of like flowy stuff. She's not really lifting weights.
No, and she wears like an engagement ring and stuff, so it all goes
she likes
together.
Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Whoop is, if you don't want any distractions on your fingers. Score-wise, the recovery score is it's definitely a good score. It could seem a little harsh. I don't feel like my recovery score matches my vibe all the time.
No, me neither.
Because it's really based on your heart metrics.
Yeah.
And it has its sleep score. Matt Beadle, sleep coach expert, shout out, always shows his scores, and he often gets 100% on Whoop because it's more sleep-based. It's not quality-based. And Oura and Garmin, he can never get above 90.
Okay.
Almost never.
Okay.
Because it's much stricter.
Okay.
And what I've seen is our sleep score is very close to Oura's.
And so right now we have connections with, to bring onto our app to pair with Whoop, with Oura, with Apple Watch. The next two most popular ones are the Garmin and the Fitbit. I don't really have experience with either of those. The Garmin, I would guess, is like people who like go hiking and stuff, GPS based. I don't really know.
I'm not exactly sure. I just know that the people I know who wear the Garmin are like Iron Man type people.
Yeah,
They're like, it's like bulky, it's badass.
Yeah, it can last through the trenches.
Yeah, like RT. Like he uses it, he swears by it, he loves it.
Yeah, like Adam Swords wears the Garmin. But he's more like he's always doing aquatic adventures.
Yeah, and
like
so
he's very
like he's like outdoorsy.
Yeah, so he's like extreme sports guy.
Yeah, so outdoorsy people seem to like it.
Yeah, so if you're extreme sports oriented, then maybe the Garmin is more for you. And then the Fitbit, I would say, is great for the runners, the yoga people.
A lot of old ladies in yoga,
older people
wear Fitbits.
Yeah,
and it tracks their steps and stuff. I don't know how good it is yet because we need to have some beta testers.
Fitbit was the first one. So that's why it's more popular, especially among the older people, because I guess back in the day, the older people didn't have access to getting any of their metrics. And the older you are, the more imperative it is to get a snapshot of your life and your metrics.
Totally.
So anyway, I hope that kind of explains it.
So the right wearable. There are more wearables out there. There are a bunch on Amazon. Like there are rings and bands that are much more cost effective.
We're just going with like the 5 popular ones right now, the most popular and like the most used among our demographic. But eventually, like the goal with Pair is to have every wearable connected, even those glucose monitors. And as technology grows, anything we can connect to Pair that is or health and wellness oriented to yourself will be a connection that we can make.
Yeah. So how do you like having a Whoop?
I love having a Whoop. I was very scared at first to have a Whoop. You bought me the Whoop. I think it took me like 2 months before I even put it on because
Same for me, though.
I didn't want to know my metrics because I was scared. And a lot of my friends message me that they don't want to know their metrics. They're like, I'm going to do so bad. And I know these people, a lot of them, and I look at them and I'm like, you're going to do great. Trust me. You're going to do great.
It's the fear of the unknown.
It's fear of the unknown. And they think they're going to like get a Whoop or an Oura Ring and get on Pair. And they think they're going to see that they have cancer, diabetes, and they have like, they're very nervous for all these things.
Well, first of all, we can't tell you any of that shit.
No, exactly. But they don't know that.
Yeah. This is not medical grade stuff. We're just gauging your vibe, just trying to get good people together and see how.
But it's just good to know what even like with Pair, it's good to know what your averages are like. And you're only competing against yourself. You're not. Like I can't compete against my brother's average. Our bodies are different. Everything is different. So you're only really competing against yourself. And the gamification, like to compete against others, is well, how much better can you do than your average, right? And different things like that. How many streaks can you have? And that's a fun way to be competitive. But you're really it's a race against yourself and to see who's performing and improving or not improving.
And spotting the downtrends of people you care about.
Yeah, like for me, like seeing the trends is so important. Like knowing that my mom is up every day for 5 days or she's down every day for 5 days. If she's up, I'm encouraging her. But if she's down, I'm calling her, hey, what's up? You okay? What can we do?
She's two purples in a row.
That's amazing. That's huge for her.
Yes.
So yeah, that's basically choosing the right wearable.